Whoa. Hey, good day, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Informational.
It is an infomercial. It's for
Totally.
the best tool in the world. And if you don't have one,
You should go get one.
well, you suck. It's really just really what it
Oh,
comes down
that's
to.
it?
Yep.
It's not even like
No, just straight
you
suck.
You suck. Okay.
Just straight sucking. Speaking of sucking, I hope everyone is having a spectacular Saturday. I'm not gonna lie, we're both kind of, ready for this.
Yeah, no kidding.
But we'll do the best that we can, as we always try to do. And I'm sure once I get in the rhythm, I'll be good. I should grab a bottle of water. Frank says, "Oh, he's got the old school kicker logo. That is pretty cool."
Oh, nice.
At 5-star, the Alaska show today was the first for me. It just happened to be in my neighborhood. The SPL vehicles were crazy powerful. Thanks for igniting my passion for car audio. Man, you are welcome, and I'm glappy.
Nice.
I'm glappy. That's like glad, happy, glappy. I'm glappy that we were able to do that.
Glappy, happy.
And then, of course, Fang of Truth, 55, partly sunny, East Texas. Isn't it always partly sunny in East Texas? Hello from Vegas. What's happening?
Nothing.
What's up, people? Checking in from Massachusetts. Still 57.
Yeah.
I mean, you were hoping. Bass. Imaging stage and tonality. Everything today? I believe it is. It's not, though. People still like to have the backs of their heads knocked off, but have a center channel while doing it. Hello from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Thank you so much for answering a couple of my questions. Yeah, you got it, man. We'll just go with that. It's going to be a rough one. Good afternoon from... Yeah.
Joplin.
Sure. Joplin. Yep, Joplin. Okay. Yep, that's it. Let's go with that. Fernando.
What's up, Mr. 25?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
A shirt for Super Tweeter guy would say attenuation is for wimps.
Okay.
Wow. And an ad pop up. You bet.
Maryland.
In the house.
What's up?
Replacing more broken HDMI ports on PS5. What are you guys working on today? What did we work on today? Today we finished up
the Titan.
No, what did we finish up first? What was that?
The Dodge Ram.
Okay. Today we finished up the Dodge Ram that we talked about yesterday on Instagram with the rock kicker system.
Mm-hmm.
Tuned that. Had a lot of fun tuning it.
Did you have a lot of fun? Yeah.
It was a lot of work. Customer came, picked it up, loved the way it sounded. Then we had a Titan to put just a regular little P300 in. I had to talk to a bunch of people today. Fernando had to talk to a bunch of people today. Honestly, I think we were in the install bay today together.
Yeah.
Less than we were apart.
Yeah.
So it's like I spent a bunch of time this morning in the install bay while I was tuning and doing that. You were gone. And then we switched. We finished up the truck. We switched. Yeah. And then I was gone for a couple hours just dealing with things. So, yeah. Hello from Central Illinois. Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hello from Seattle. 49 and raining, of course. I know. It's funny. When we went, there wasn't any rain, which was really nice.
Yeah.
It was cloudy, but there wasn't any rain.
That was good.
We have to be nice to Christian today, so I don't have to hear it when I go home. What's up, dudes? No Instagram today? What are you working on? Tired? We're working on being tired.
Working on being tired.
Hello, gents.
What's up? It's working fine.
Glappy. New word of the day. Glappy. Did you turn off the compressor? I got to be honest with you. Anymore, we very rarely even turn it on.
Yeah.
For one, the pressure regulator went out on it. I haven't bought a new one. So we only have one hose over here in the corner that we use to hook it up to. But, the nice thing is, if you think about it, like with all the Milwaukee tools now, between the rotor zip and the grinder, the circular disc grinder.
Yep. The one that is right here. Right there.
Yeah. And of course all those tools.
Yeah.
And really the only thing that I need in an air tool is like an air saw. something to take an air saw blade and do that. Because
Mhm.
really that's the only thing we plug it in for, and then just blowing stuff off.
Talking about in Milwaukee, I saw an ad yesterday that they have a vacuum,
Yes.
and then you plug 2 batteries or 1 battery, depends what
Yeah,
you want, and it's
it's
like
the big 24-volt.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it's cool.
I know.
You know,
I know
these
it is.
guys
And
are
I know
gonna
how
make
bad
it
you want
all
one.
batteries.
I know how bad you want one.
Dude.
It'll happen. What's up, fellas? Just let me get through tax season. I really enjoy your channel. Thank you for the great videos. No, man, we really enjoy that you enjoy it because that makes it worthwhile. Today is going to be slow. You know, we do take money. It's green. No, just kidding. If y'all have to choose between a Scar EVL or a Kicker Soloberic L7, which would you choose? And what's up, guys, from Jackson, Mississippi? Yeah, I got to be honest with you. We have them both.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think you're looking at two different customers, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I would be the customer that would be more inclined for the Soloberic L7, the Q class, that is, because I really like that woofer and I really like the sound I'm going to get from it.
Yeah.
Not saying you can't get it out of the EVL, but I don't know, man. I just feel like you have to work harder. I feel like those woofers are, and there again, this is just this is all personal. So, if you're a Scar Audio fan, I have no problem with that. Go with God, have fun, bang away, buy a DSP, and we'll put them in. I don't know. I just feel like this, we've done that Solo 12 in that factory box, and it is just so awesome.
That's right.
See, Glappy. Glappy's the new word. I'm going to have that put on a shirt before.
Yeah.
I'm glad we said it because then I can go back and go, hey, remember that word? And I couldn't remember what it was. It was Glappy. Hello from Palm Springs, California.
What's up?
So who's not going to be on the show today is, of course, Fro, because he's on a plane. That's right. The big old jet airliner headed to Florida. Hopefully we'll get to hook up with him next week and actually spend more than 10 minutes with them. Also next week, before we forget, and since all of you are just chiming in and getting excited, Wednesday, that's right, this coming up Wednesday, we have a special guest coming on the YouTube channel, this very one right here. It's going to be Brian Schmidt from Mobile Solutions. We're going to do a Master Tech Expo. Now, we're supposed to maybe, hopefully, got fingers both crossed. We'll also have another special guest, so it'll be a twofer. So we're hoping that happens. If it does, of course, we'll let you know next week. We're just waiting for confirmation on it, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun, and you guys won't want to miss it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, guys, currently running a kicker.
Right into the killjoy. Go ahead.
A kicker 360.
Just having fun catching up with everybody.
I know, man. I know.
On Mids and Highs, recently ordered the JL. Think it'll be much difference? No, not at all. No. Okay, so the question I would ask in something like this is why, for one, because you're just trading like power for like power. Keep in mind to notice the slightest bit of difference, which they call, hello from Vermont, is 3 dB, which is a slight difference, not much. Really, you need about 9 dB before you're like, wow, that's a lot louder. But 3 dB would be doubling something. So going from, let's say, one pair of 6.5 to 2 pair of 6.5, or going from 70 watts to 140 watts. To get 6 dB, you have to double something else. So then you'd have to go double your speakers at that point. So I'm curious as for one, why? And two, what you may want to do is think about bridging the amplifiers and taking the 2 4 channels, making 2 channels, and then, and or if you want more control, go active. Put an active, take the one amplifier, go active on front, take the other amplifier, go active on rear. If you got a set of coaxials, maybe bi-amp it. Hi, Dean. Hi. What's up, man? So just a thought, unless you're just going to sell it and whatnot, but I would think about maybe bridging them and or going, what might even be more fun is take one of the amplifiers and do tweeter and rear and then bridge the other one to the mid bass. Because I'm a big 2-for-1 power wise. I want twice as much power to my mid bass as I do my tweeters. Because tweeters just don't need it. But evening, North Indiana, checking in at 37 degrees and rain.
Indiana. Talking about Indiana.
Yeah, Knowledge Fest Indy coming up here in, Jesus, a couple weeks.
Next week?
No, it's the end of the month. It's the first of the month. So it's the first of next month.
So 2
weeks. 2 weeks. We're not going to be there, but, hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what do you got there.
All right. Hey, guys. I always wonder about is better sound wise to stay same brand for everything, amp, speakers, or it doesn't matter, mix and match anyways. I'm a brand of kicker.
So let's break this one down because this is one of those that irritates the ever loving shit out of me. All right, let's take it from just a common sense standpoint, and you're not wrong with this. A lot of people think that way, and I'm this to a point. So like, what's up, Frank? Frank, you're the man. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about head units for a minute. So out of all the head unit manufacturers, which if you are replacing the head unit, following your logic, this is where everyone goes, well, my head units don't have to match everything. And you're like, but you just said everything has to match. Mm-hmm. So that leaves us Alpine. So Alpine does make everything. They make a DSP, they make a head unit, they make speakers that are nice. So Alpine would be the one of the manufacturers who do that. Obviously, Kenwood, you could do that with Kenwood. You could do it with Pioneer, and you can do it with Sony. So there you go. So really, at the end of the day, if following the logic of everything has to match, those would be the only 4 companies that we could do and make this come true. But we'd be limiting ourselves because at the end of the day, we both know that all 4 of those companies' speakers are only going to be so good. So, all right, let's take this off. Let's look at Focal. Let's look at Audison Hertz. Let's look at Morel. Insert expensive esoteric brand here, Illusion. Those guys make speakers. Some of them make amplifiers, but they just make speakers enough. Really nothing else of note. I mean, they may have amplifiers and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, but really that's not, they're a speaker company. All those guys are speaker companies. Not that their amps are bad. A lot of times their amplifiers are super expensive because they're made to be esoteric like the speakers are. So, but those are the things we want though. We want those speakers really bad because we know that's what they do and they make it good. All right. So then we make I'll buy this radio, but I'm going to have these speakers because these speakers are awesome. All right. So then now we'll look at the power companies. So big power companies that make big amplifiers anymore. I mean, that's a hard one because let's say we'll take the big 3, which is Rockford, Kicker, and JL. All right. Okay. So all 3 of those guys make subwoofers, which they all make awesome subwoofers because that's where they started out as a subwoofer company and they transitioned into a power company. Rockford started out as a power company, transferred into a sub company. Kicker started as a sun company. JL started as a sub company. They transferred into power. But for the most part, when you look at the playing field, they're all right about there where they're, so then you go, okay, well, and don't get me wrong. There's other big power companies out there too that make awesome amplifiers. Audio Control being one. Just looking around, Zabco made awesome amplifiers back in the day. I don't know. Arc makes awesome amplifiers as well as speakers, so they could be thrown in there. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I mean, now what do I do about amplifiers? So you can kind of see where this just snowballs out of control. And then you get on to subwoofers and it's like, oh, my head is blown. So there's products that manufacturers make that they super excel at. Like we can all agree JL makes some of the best subwoofers on the face of the earth, right? We can all come to that. They make really, really awesome amplifiers too. And so it's like I might want some W7s, but I might not be feeling a VXI. Nothing against VXI, but I just want some different power. Like there again, I might want to go with some audio control amps. But I'm a Kenwood radio guy. But now it comes to speakers, I might want some Morel. The only thing I like to match in a car, the only thing I get stickler about is power. I like my power amplifiers to match if they can, but there again, I'm not going to get hung up on that because they're all just tools to achieve one goal, which is make yourself have a badass system. There you go. That's one of those questions you hate that I answer because I took way too long to answer it.
Correct.
Drop a 5 spot. No. But yeah, I hope that helps. Hello. I know. But that's the logic. I mean, sometimes you just got to sit back and go, oh yeah, he's right. Damn it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Like the Ram truck, everything in was Kicker, and we had a Rockford DSP because Kicker really doesn't make a DSP, and we could have done other things, but we're like, hey, well these pieces all fit and they all work really well, so we'll just use these pieces. So yeah. Looking forward to the Audio Frog amp test and review. You are going to next week. Yes. Hi from Hobbs. What's NM? North Maine? New Mexico? Maybe New Mexico.
Maybe New Mexico.
I know, right? I hate acronyms.
Northern Maine.
Northern Maine.
Maybe.
High from northern Maine. Either way, I'm good. I'm good with either one.
Exactly.
You know, the weather's hot or cold. Take your pick. Is the Alpine Status DSP going to be released soon? Will its software be similar to the previous Alpine DSP software? Worth the wait? The answer, we'll break this down into how it should be. Is the Alpine Status DSP going to be released soon? No. I think they're expecting it third quarter, if we're lucky. They just wanted to release it now so that like you can get people excited about it and start saving for it because it is going to be expensive. Will the software be similar to the previous Alpine DSP software? Yes, it will. If you recall, then when they went from the 850S to the 850X, the main reason for doing that was just to change the software. It's the same product. They wanted to change the software and bring it more in line with what the bigger DSP, the 12-channel Beast software is more like. So I haven't looked at the F1 Status software, but I can assume it's going to be very similar to that as well as all the others. Is it worth the wait? Man, that's a tough call.
Hello, man.
That's a tough call. Yeah. I feel there's so many awesome 8-channel DSPs out there. I wouldn't wait.
No,
I wouldn't. If you want an 8-channel DSP amp, go pick up a Helix.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, unless you want a small one, in which case you know
big
there's a lot of small. Well, no, but I mean, if you want, the Arc is cool. Hi guys, I'm wondering where is the best place to put a subwoofer in a salon trunk, and where to face it. Put middle seat down the firewall cabin. What is a salon truck?
Trunk.
Either way, what is a salon?
A salon.
Maybe a saline salon. I have no idea. And where to face it? Put middle seat down and fire into the cabin. Typically, so regardless of what it is, most of the time you want to fire the woofer backwards towards the rear of the vehicle. That way it can radiate off of something because you typically don't want to be sitting in front of the woofer. You want it to bounce around a little bit, so by the time it gets to yours, it's nice full sound. As far as in the middle of the trunk, yeah, it's a good location for it. You know, if it's a single sub, middle of the trunk facing back is how we would do it. Sometimes we put it off to the left or right side. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, fire it back, not down. I mean, down if you want it to. I'd still fire it back. Put a grill on it. Hey, fellas. Greeting from Inglewood, Los Angeles, 1 mile from SoFi Stadium.
Okay.
Heard you say you'll be reviewing a Brax DSP. Can't wait. We've actually done 2 already. 2 Brax pieces. Oh, no.
No.
We haven't done. Oh, no. I was thinking. Jesus. Sorry, guys. No. Yes, we will be reviewing a Brax DSP here in the next month or so. Mm-hmm. Probably more of the so part than the month part.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea when it's coming in. It's still on its long journey from Germany. But yeah, we have a Brax DSP and a full Brax system with the exception of the sub amp coming to a theater near you. We haven't done the car yet, so it'll be a Porsche something.
All right. Have you guys spent any significant time with Arc Audio PS Pro DSP? And if it's so, your thoughts?
I have not spent any significant time with it. I tell you who has, Aded Absolute Electronics up in Rockville, Maryland, and he is hook, line, and sinker in love with that DSP. If you're curious about it, that's Absolute Electronics in Rockville, Maryland. You may want to give him a call. I don't know how well it'll go, but he's the guy. And of course, you can always call Arc and talk to Brian.
Arc Audio needs a seller in Canada. Even Amazon works.
Yeah, I don't know who handles all that. Gotta ask us when Brian's on the show.
Yeah.
What is the new brand you're carrying, and what model for big power component 2-way set? We're carrying. So the brand that we just picked up is Audio Tech Fisher and Blam. Audio Tech Fisher is comprised of 3 brands, which is Helix on the high-end side, Brax, which is the expensive, like, wow, okay, cool. Helix is the everyday consumer type stuff, and then Match is the cool stuff that they make that's really small and designed to integrate into cars. Like they have a 5-channel, 5.2, like it's this big. What makes a kicker key look big, and it's a 5-channel DSP amp that's fully adjustable. It's pretty smoking cool. And yes, I had Paul order one because I just want to play with it, to be honest with you. Blam is owned or started by a guy named Guy, who is French. Used to work for another French company of speakers that you guys all know. He's started his own company. One of the cool things about, actually, the cool thing about Blam is that most of their speakers are 2 ohm. So you get a high quality, like stupid quality 2 ohm speaker. So for all you guys who are like, I really want to run my amp at 2 ohm. Oh, there you go. They make amplifiers too that are small and big and all that other fun stuff. So I'll be doing more with that soon. As far as big power amps, though, I don't really. Yeah.
Since it's tax season and it's a lot of us are forced to do more production based on work.
Yeah.
What are some efficiency tips you have or you guys have to get things done faster?
Be it installation or sales. Really, at the end of the day, we really can't change much of our process as far as how it goes to getting work done.
No.
As you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so much work that you can knock out. I feel Paul kind of like books things accordingly. So, like this week, we had 2 days where it was just radios and backup cameras, like one after the other, radio backup, which is all tax money.
Yeah.
So, like on those days, we know that we're going to get stuck doing radio and backup camera. So we kind of switch thought processes and we just kind of like go through those as fast as we can, only to have more to do the next day. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah.
Really, I always just say try to get a deposit and book accordingly.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah. Have you guys used V2 audio, and what do you think? Thank you for the 2, man.
We've had a half dozen or so customers bring in their own B2 audio. Like I know we did the 6-channel amp with the mono block. We've done their DSP. I think it was their DSP. Was it their DSP?
No, that was not DSP.
No,
that was just an amplifiers.
Yeah, it was just amplifiers. They went with the audio, whatever, the one I have over there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
DSP. We've done some subwoofers. I mean, what we've done, we've had good success with. And it didn't come back, and the customers were happy. So to me, yeah, that's a win. Steve Mead, of course, loves the stuff.
There you go.
Big sponsor of the show, though, so I totally understand that. But let's be honest, if Steve didn't like something, he wouldn't talk about it. He wouldn't talk about it. Yeah. He's that guy.
And talking about big power right there. Any recommendation on a sub that can handle 5K? I'm gonna say those B2 audio that they have, they massive.
I mean, the thing is there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those. Like, yes, I was just looking at the B2 Audio 18 the other day because like a friend of mine sent me the link to it. It was like, dude, check this out. I know how you feel about these things. It's like 15-inch Magna and 18-inch sub. It was insanity. There's a lot of big ass woofers out there.
They are.
So, but keep in mind. The bigger the magnet, the bigger the motor, the less efficient the speaker is going to be, the more power it's going to take to drive. So what is the goal? I think this is the thing that you always have to keep in mind. Like, I don't get me wrong. There's nothing I like more than seeing a woofer that's this tall with a magnet, and it's impressive looking. It totally is. But then you're like, okay, so now I got to buy a big 5,000 watt amp to power it. And at the end of the day, when you add up all the inefficiencies of it, was it worth it?
Yeah.
I guess is the question. Because, like, could you have done a woofer that was more efficient, smaller power, doesn't tax the electrical system so bad, or multiples, like let's say 2? Yeah. Is it worth it? You know what I mean? What are we trying to do? If I'm trying to build a daily driver, I don't necessarily want that, because I just want to enjoy my system and not have to worry about it going crazy.
We're gonna go competition.
Yeah. Why not? And El Fuego just hit the point there. And thank you, El Fuego, because it is, and I've skipped these and I feel bad. So we're going to do 2 here real quick. That's right, guys. This show has been brought to you by Audio Control. For all your awesome car audio needs, DSP, amplifiers, and whatnot, check out Audio Control. And of course, we've been talking about it for months on end. The Epicenter Micro is available now, so you can find it at your local dealer. There's one right there above my shoulder. Right there. At your local dealer now, as well as you can order it online. The hat deal is over. Sorry if you scooped up on that. Congratulations, you got a cool audio control hat. If not, I feel bad. But make sure you head over to audiocontrol.com and check out those products. Also, a proud sponsor of the show that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now is Focal at focalusa.com. But what they're talking about right now is the auditor line. So make sure you head over there, check out the new auditor line. Thank you, at focalusa.com/line/auditor. And if you just want to see them, because the new slate carbons. Or no, the slate. What are they called?
Slate
fibers.
Slate
fiber is the new one, which we'll be hopefully talking about in a couple months. We'll get a set of those to play with. Ooh, put those in your car.
Yeah, focalusa.com.
So check both of those out. We'd like to thank both audiocontrol.com and focalusa.com for sponsoring the show. Back to the questions. You can leave that up there.
All right.
Actually, you don't kick that off, and we'll just leave that. Okay. Do your thing. Yep. Go ahead,
all right, let's go with this one.
Hey, Salon is a sedan, and Estate is a wagon. Thank you for clearing that up for me, because I got to be honest with you, we just call them a sedan and a wagon. That I like that. That's cool.
All right, that's cool. Thank you.
So the side jag, because that wonderful show I do with Hi-Fi Vega. Years ago, I was working on a Bentley.
Okay.
And we call it the back deck. They call it the luggage rack.
Okay.
And I was trying to find the tuner for the Alpine screen that was in the dash. And he's like, and the guy, why do you need to do this? Some pretentious prick was on the phone. And I was like, it wasn't me. It was the other one. So there was two. Anyways, I was like, and he's like, it's underneath the luggage rack, or whatever the hell they call it. I was like, wait, what? He's the back deck. And I go, oh, thank you. Bye. Click.
Seriously?
Yeah, I know, right? Best amplifier for 2 JL Audio 10 TW1 subs, under seat, imported enclosure, 4-door Sierra, current kicker 600.1. Ooh, that's a nice amp. Is it not enough power? I mean, you may want to just swap it out for the 1200.1 if you have the room. If you don't have the room, you might want to look at going with something with a small footprint. Small footprint wise, you could check out something from Sound Digital. They have small footprint amplifier, as well as you could look at the Rockford Fosgate, either the T750.1, which would just be a little bit more power because it comes in at about 900 watts, or you could check out the M5 1001, which is a beast of an amplifier.
Totally.
That's 1,000 watts, but it is coming in at a pretty steep price tag because it's conformal coated and marine. Don't forget to buy your IRTA. Coming in with the infomercial at the end. We'll talk about that more towards the end. I want to wait. Yeah. I gotta make a ticker for that. I know.
We'll
just have a ticker. There you go. All right, let me shut this off. All right, so there. All right, go ahead.
Thank you so much. All right.
Just clocked in. Is there a sound quality difference between a 6x9 and 5 1/4, i.e. Morel Max versus the 6.5 for 2s? Obviously 6x9 will have more bass, but sound quality wise, which of the two would you choose? Man, that's a tough one. But I don't feel it's that tough. If I was trying to choose between the Virtus and the 6x9, I'm going 6x9. What do you say, Fernando?
Yeah.
I like mid bass.
I love mid bass.
I love a throaty mid bass.
Yep.
Not that the Virtus doesn't have a good mid bass.
No,
it really does.
It does.
And it's going to see. Okay, so the only reason why I say yes is because I'm looking at this as going in like a pickup truck, and I want that pickup truck to have. I know I'm going to have to go shallow mount underneath the back seat, which is already kind of like damn. Now, if I was doing something like 4.8s or 4.10s or something like that, I'd probably stick with the 6.5.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? But I just feel I'm gonna get stuck with 2 Comp RT10s underneath the back seat, like I always do, which I love. But to offset that, I feel I want the 6x9. Now the problem you will run into, there's no yay. The problem you will run into is that the 6x9 and the tweeter coming together, because that 6x9 is going to want to play a little bit lower than that 6.5. So that tweeter is there's probably gonna be a dip there. And it might be noticeable. So by going up to the 6.5, and when you're coming between the tweeter and the 6, the dip, it's not going to be there. So that would be the one thing. The nice thing about the Morel though is that tweeter plays down stupidly low. So that's why I don't worry about as much with the Morel. However, when you go to something else, it might be a problem, So that's kind of why the 6.5 has been like, yay. But they're building shallower 6x9s now, and that don't play as deep, but play up a little higher, and they give you still more sound, which is nice.
All right.
I don't know if that worked, but I'm doing my best. Have you guys heard the Gately 6.5s? If so, what are your thoughts? Were they the 6.5s or the 8s?
That was 8s.
We heard the 8s.
But I'm pretty sure they massive.
Let's be honest, man. So I like to take things like this, and I kind of like. Most of the time, I'm not disappointed. Sometimes I am. Don't get me wrong, but I always want to look at like who made the product that I'm asking about. And like Bobby Gately, you can look at Bobby Gately and like you just look at his body of work and you go, man, this guy doesn't pull any punches. Like he is just a top tier guy, makes these amazing boxes, has pride in his work. If you've ever seen one in person, somebody that makes as many boxes as he does and keeps the quality up as high as he does, that's going to tell you right there. He's just not going to settle on a piece of crap subwoofer to throw in his box because he's worked too hard to get there. And I always look at manufacturers the same way. So it's like take Focal, for example, and you're like, hey, they make these speakers and they're awesome. Are they going to settle making a piece of crap? No. So that's kind of my thought process. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I sit there and I go, wait a minute, how did the company that make this?
Of course.
And it happens.
Yeah.
But I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt like that. But I can tell you for a fact, like the 8's, stupid. It's just stupid amazing. So I'm sure
with the bots and everything, same thing. Also, thank you guys for all the supporting.
Yes, guys
we
are killing
appreciate it. Yes,
thank
you. That was this one. Hi from Michigan.
Scott, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? All right.
Was wondering if a 2020 Ram 3500 is any different for wiring the Kenwood DSP amp set up than a 2020. No, it's the same. It's all the same.
Really? It's not. It has different systems. No,
it's not any different. Remember, because you can use an Amp Pro CH41 all across the board, so it'll be the same. It's not any different.
Okay.
The only difference is that in some of those, like the 3500, the amplifier might be underneath the driver's seat as opposed to up in the dash.
There you go.
So, have you had a fail with car audio? All the time. I mean, the reality is nothing's perfect. I mean, you plan for success as best as you can, and every now and then, if things don't work out, and you have to make an audible to change things. Every now and then you'll put a speaker in thinking it's going to do what you want it to do, and you're like, ooh, that sucks. And you have to kind of go back and go, all right, we need to change this. We need to change it now because this isn't working the way we hoped for it to.
Yeah.
It happens. The thing is that when you look at like experience is the difference between that because we typically will do things we have experience with and that we've done many, many times, but every now and then you have to try something new just so that you can stay relevant, stay on top. And it kind of goes back to the other statement where we were talking about like, you're just hoping that this manufacturer's always done amazing shit in the past, that they're going to do amazing stuff now. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't.
And other times they do. And so, it's hard. But, just like picking up two new brands. We picked up Helix and we picked up Lamb. Yeah, it's like, okay, how do we know which ones we want? What do we know? And so luckily, like with the Helix stuff, we've done enough of it that customers have brought in that we're like, cool. And we've done a couple pieces of Blam. So we've already experienced some of the product and that's great. But honestly, it's kind of the difference between everyday and hobbyist is that we have real life experience and that we do it all the time. So that kind of negates the opportunity for failure, but it's always going to be there.
All right. Thank you, Juan, for the 20, man.
Holy
hey, guys. Cow. Any preference between using the Pack Amp Pro AP4 or the NAV TV Sen for 2017 GMC Yukon?
We've used both, and we always go with the Amp Pro. At the end of the day, we always pick the Amp Pro. We've done tons of them, and they are solid, and they've always worked. So
we're not saying that the NAV TV doesn't work.
And there again, no, we use the NAV TV in every other application.
Yeah.
Like we've been using like Ford. A to B. We've been using it.
Yeah.
And the thing is just really what it comes down to is for us, it's easier to get the Amp Pro than it is to get the Nav TV piece.
Yeah.
And we have a better relationship with Amp over Nav TV. So we're going to pick the one. It's all about relationships and knowing the manufacturer. So I feel more comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And so I pick that.
I'm pretty sure if anything it fails, so we can go and grab another one.
Hey man, they're hand built.
They're hand built. Thank you for the 20, man.
But yeah, right now use whichever one you can get. They're gonna do the same exact things.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the same exact things.
Bottle.
Well, I take that back. The Amp Pro, the switch number, what is it? Switch number 3.
Yep.
Nav TV doesn't have that. So if you've got the base model audio and you're going to use it for that, then get the Amp Pro. So that is the difference. Dip switch number 3 is the difference. So
there you go.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Bottle of the 3.
603.
Yep.
Maximos versus Virtus. How would you describe the sound difference between the two? Which would you paid
with dual morale?
Ooh, wow. I'm gonna go with the Virtus. Plain and simple. I'm going with Virtus. The Virtus is so when you look at the Morello line, the Virtus is the first model made in Israel. All right, it has a bigger voice coil. It is a truly built by hand, built in Israel speaker. So if I have the money, that's the speaker I'm buying. Not that there's anything wrong with the Maximo. We do tons of Maximos. However, if I got the budget, that's where I'm going. The mid-range to me on the Virtus, the 3-way set, that thing is smoking. That dome is so sexy. So sexy. As opposed to the little tiny 2-inch mid-range that comes with the other set. They're, again, both awesome speakers, but if I have to choose, I'm doing that.
All right. Let's see right here.
Have you guys installed subs in the new 2021 F50 yet? Yes. If so, how did you do it? Did you use a line output converter, or is the factory kicker harness?
You can use
factory kicker
or
harness
is there a factory kicker harness you can use?
As far as the factory kicker harness goes, I have no idea. That would be one of their VSS systems, which those are kind of dealer installed items only in the aftermarket world. We kind of don't deal with those much. But if you're, most of the time car manufacturer, like the dealer will buy those and install those. We don't do that because, we do custom audio. As far as 2020 F-150, if it's a base model F-150, it's not a problem. Grab the driver's front door speaker, connect a high level to low level. If you want to use a kicker high level to low, like the
LC1i.
LC1i.
Yep.
No kicker. So it'd be the. So you use an LC. You can use an LC1i. You can use an Epicenter Micro. You can use any one of the audio controls.
Yeah.
Or you can use a kicker key. Or if the amplifier has a subwoofer built, if it has a high level to low level built into it, you could use that too. So like if you bought like an LC, Fernando's over here scrolling up and down on the page. Wrong thing. If you bought like an LC1i, I'm seeing LC 1.800. Not gonna lie, I'm really tired today, guys. So I'm struggling here. I apologize. But regardless of that, however you plan on doing it, grab the driver's front door speaker for your subwoofer. Now, if it has one of the amplified systems in it, there again, don't use the subwoofer. Grab the driver's front door speaker. Okay, still going to be the safest speaker to connect to in that vehicle. Don't grab the sub.
Now, also Pac made the Sub Pro.
But that would be that's not available for that for 2021. There's nothing.
2021.
2020. There's no harness available for it yet. So yeah, there's nothing for that car. But regardless of that, in the vehicle, the driver's front door speaker is where it's at. So go with God. And it's not bad. And you still have to, ground and all that crap. So
yeah.
But yes, we have done them.
We have done that.
I know. Okay.
I have a set of focal access 3 ways with a 470 amp planning on connecting the woofer and the tweeters on the channel 1 and 2 with the passive crossovers and the mids on channel 3 and 4 active. What numbers should I type high pass and low pass on the DSP?
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. That's really not how you want to run that. No, yeah. So really what you'd want to do is if you have the 4-channel, if this is my car, all right, I'm doing this, and this is what I have. I have a 4-channel by 70-watt amp and that 3-way focal access set. I'm not doing any silliness like you described. For one, we'll get to what you'd want to do if you were going to do that, but I still wouldn't do that. I would take the full power of that amplifier, which is probably going to be something like 120 watts by 2, and run it to the whole set. Okay, it is going to sound 100% better than what you're describing there. Okay, no, don't do that. Okay, go passive, go through the crossover. It's going to be loud, and you're going to be like, oh, damn, this is what I'm talking about. We've done it enough to where we know. All right, so this isn't just like two guys going, hey man, try this. No, this will work. All right, we've done plenty of 5-channel amps where we've made them 3-channel amps on this set of speakers, because this is a really popular set of speakers to do in Corvettes. So we'll take the 902.5 or 901.5. We'll take the 901.5, bridge it, which is way more powerful than what you got going on, onto a set of those and a sub in the back. And damn, let me tell you what. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, now, if you were to try to do the whole passive active thing that you're talking about, how you would do it is you'd run the mid-range and the tweeters off of one channel because they're the closest points, meaning they're the closest crossover points, and they're going to sound the best. You would only need a bottom for the mid-range at that point, which is going to be around 350-ish, which more than likely your 4-channel amp isn't capable of doing, unless it has a bandpass capability on it, or it has, a really awesome crossover. Most of them only go down to like 220 or 250. Some go down to 400 though. So from 350 up would be pretty awesome on that. Then you would take the mid bass and run that on its own channel actively. And then that would go from 350 down. So you'd set the low pass to 350 and then use like a radio or something like that for 80 hertz on up, and you'd create a bandpass that way. But really, at the end of the day, I strongly recommend just running the whole thing passive off of that amp bridged.
Yeah, that's right. What are you saying here?
Amp Pro is so nice.
It's so noisy. It's not noisy at all.
Amp Pros aren't noisy.
No. I mean,
Amp Pros are a direct reflection of whatever the preamp section of the factory radio is.
Correct.
So if your factory radio has floor noise or something like that, guess what? Your Amp Pro is going to have floor noise also, because you can't shine a turd. You can. I've seen somebody try to do it, but at the end of the day, you just have a shiny turd. I don't want to play with that. No. So what you have to remember is that anytime you're integrating into any form of a radio, whether it be through an Amp Pro, through an AR, through Zen A to B, high level, low level, it doesn't really matter. Anytime you're integrating into that radio, you have to deal with whatever that radio is doing. So if it's the muddy river thing. If you're standing over a waterfall and you're at the bottom of the waterfall and there's a muddy river coming over the top of you, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is at the bottom. It's still going to suck because you have muddy water coming on your head. When you're looking at a factory radio, the signal noise and the performance of that radio was only made for 15 to 20 watts. Now you're trying to put a preamp section in there that it didn't have before and also amplify the shit out of it. Guess what? It's not noisy. No. It's the radio that sucks, not the Amp Pro. The Amp Pro is doing his job.
There you go.
I'm from Fresno, Cali.
I have an audio control LC2i Pro and a 2008 Honda Accord with a premium audio, 2 6.5s plus an 18.
I think that's
without having 1.8. That makes sense.
Sure. Okay.
Without having an RTA, what speaker will you tap into? Thank you for you, Tim.
Plus 1.8. I think it's plus 1.8. I would go to this for that. You go to the subwoofer. You totally go to the subwoofer. I can tell you right now, the LC2i Pro 2008. Yeah, you're good. LC2i Pro would work. But yeah, grab the 8-inch.
8-inch.
And make sure you disconnect the ANC module. Just Google ANC module if you haven't already done that. Dean and Fernando, are you authorized dealers for Ground Zero products? Yes. Yeah. And that is 5-star. We personally are not, but 5-star down the road there.
So you can call Paul 727-216.
Can get you whatever you want. Hold on. What's the 2-way? Yeah, that one. No, up one more. You had it right there. Nope, one more. There you go. Yep, that one. 2-way front stage or 3-way front stage. Opinion. Yeah, I know why you didn't select this. because it's one of those talking.
I mean,
points.
it's one of those things that.
I'm just gonna talk for like, and you're gonna be like,
All right, guys.
damn
Well,
it. Yeah,
hop in and enjoy the show.
Okay. The reality is a three-way front stage. If you have the capability of doing it, it's gonna sound better. There's no question about it. How much better is depending on how critical you are. One of the things that was funny is when we talked to Brian Mitchell from Arc Audio with the Cadillac. He's like, I won't want to do a three-way front stage. That was until he bought his pickup truck and he had to do a two-way front stage in it. And he was like, damn it, this sounds really good. The difference between, done right, the difference between a two-way and a three-way with quality components, the gap is very thin, because your tweeter can do amazing things. The better, the more expensive the tweeter is, the lower it can possibly play, the more sound it's going to put out. The mid-range is built better. So the question is, how much money do you want to spend on your front stage? If you have holes for a three-way front stage, awesome, do it. If you don't have holes, now you have to look at the extra, I don't know, we'll say $1,000 to build some A-pillars or something to mount the three-way in. You may be better off spending that money on a better set of two-ways. So I'll leave it at that so Fernando won't yell at me later. Go ahead.
I thought that you were going to go.
I know.
All right, let's see. Like they having conversations.
Oh, Chris.
Too, so.
What's up, Chris?
Chris? Where's Chris?
The big green box right there.
Oh, Chris. Oh, I'm like, hey, what's that, Chris? Thank you for the 5, man.
Dean, adding a sub amp on a 2022 Honda Accord using a key lock. Can you offer any tips in where to get signal and run power wire? Yeah, actually, 2020 Honda Accord is pretty simple. You're going to drop the glove box, of course, to grab the ANC module and unplug it. And I always pull the ANC modules out of those cars as opposed to just unplugging it and give it to the customer. That way, if a mechanic ever gets in there and he sees it and he just plugs it in, it kind of ruins your day on accident. As far as which speaker to attach to, you're going to want to attach to one of the front speakers. Either pick a front speaker. That'd be the best place to grab that. If you want to grab drivers left and right, don't. Just grab the passenger. It's not going to matter. The key lock will deal with all pass filters, but at the end of the day, it's a mono sub output that car is using. So it doesn't matter where you grab it from as which speaker. Where do you go through on the firewall on that one?
Driver's side.
You go on the driver's side?
Yeah, driver's side.
Where do you grab? Is there a good spot for it?
Yes, right underneath the emergency brake. Literally is the grommet right there. You can drill a hole.
Do you have to pull the emergency brake out?
You don't have to. You don't have to at all. No.
Okay.
The only thing you can, it's on the Nissan.
This is a Honda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nissan's the only one?
The Nissan is the only one.
Okay, so you can drill a hole easily on this one?
You can drill
driver's side?
Driver's side.
And then if you want, you can also grab the driver's front speaker too. It really doesn't matter.
That was funny because I make this.
Yeah, I know.
Just because of that, but I don't think I have.
You don't think you even bother to take a picture of the Honda?
No, I don't have a Honda.
Anyway, so look for that. Just watch your DSP video on the audio control, guys. I loved it, and it was It helped understand the setup and gave me more confidence for my coming up install. Hey, that's awesome. And I got to be honest with you. Oh, wait, hold on.
There you go.
You found it? All right, it's right here. It's right here. Relax. There's Mom right there.
Hey, Mom.
Love from Safety Harbor. Hi, Fernando. And she just celebrated her 77th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
So happy birthday to Mom. She spent a great day with Haley. This is number 8. So back to the Honda question for Chris. There is it right there. 2020 Honda Accord. Hold on, let me get rid of Mom. Yeah, that's where the hole goes.
So same thing, man. You just grab it there. Boom.
Awesome. All right, let's pull this up. Let's get that out of the way. All right, do your thing. There's no You don't have to say We're not thinking here. This is.
Well, I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
Where's the mouse? I'm like. All right.
There it is, man. Right there. Which is the best 6.5 mid bass you've heard? Thanks. I don't know if I have one. I mean, they're pretty nice.
I heard a lot of them.
Okay, so I'll answer because I feel like I have to always give an answer because that's what you guys ask about. We can go to that there next. If you want an affordable mid-bass speaker, check out the 7-inch Kenwood Exelons, either the XR or the straight Exelons, because for the money, the mid-bass you get from that bad boy is hard to beat. So we'll leave it at that. Rebuilding my system, and I just purchased the Helix M4 DSP and the M6. Can you give me your thoughts on the M1X when comparing to, say, JL Audio R 1500? Will it be? Oh, it will be powering an FIQ12. Now, we just picked up the line, and why I was there talking about that, because the M1X is a 1500 watt Helix amplifier. And I was talking to a friend of mine named Pat from Certified Auto Sounds up in Calgary, Canada, who was there. And he's a big Helix dealer. And he's like, dude, that's our number one selling sub amp. We sell like 10 to 2 with between that and the 600 watts. Like, it's a beast. So I've not had time to do anything with it yet. We have it, but we haven't, it just came in last week. So according to him, that thing's a monster. And yeah, I would do that.
There you go.
But I don't think you're going to go wrong with either one because they're both awesome amplifiers. Dean, can I piggyback off the amp's power and ground to power my LC7i? The reality of that question is yes. Yes, you can. I would put a fuse. Definitely put a fuse. But yes, you can.
Thank you, Christian.
Yeah, keeper of the time. What's going on? All right, you bet, Chris.
I don't know where he's finding the truth.
Oh, let's see what Fang's saying. Don't tell Haley that a 75-year-old guy wrecked his Lambo doing 200 miles per hour on a drag step Friday or today.
Oh,
what a waste. That's all she'd say. She'd be like, what a waste.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Or she'd go, many people. Dumbass.
that would be the second one. Yeah. I think the second one.
Oh, there's my favorite question.
All right.
What 6x8 would you use for rear fill powered by a Kenwood Exelon KDC X704 front stage? Will be a three-way powered by a D6 1200. I'm going to match it to whatever my front is.
I would pick the audio control.
No. What he's saying is, what 6x8 would you use for rear fill powered by a Kenwood Exelon DDX? That's the radio. Front stage will be powered by the audio control.
Okay.
So what he's looking for is just a generic 6x8.
6x8.
So, all right. The easiest way to think about this is, let's say whatever brand you're using, Focal, Morel, Audison, I don't care, whatever brand you're using, more than likely they have an entry-level line. So, for example, like if we were going to do a KRX2 three-way set up front, and the guy was like, I really don't want to do a K2 rear fill, right? Because I don't want to spend $800 on a pair of 6.5s. And I go, no, I totally understand that. So then what I'm going to sell them is, I keep hitting the wrong damn button. I'm going to sell them an auditor, the ACX 570. Yeah, that'll work. You can click. Yeah, there you go.
I'm trying. It's really hard.
I totally understand. Either way, I'm going to sell him that because I know that if I sell him that speaker, it is sounded, meaning that the ears that listen to the KRX3s are the same person that listened to that auditor. And though it is a much cheaper speaker, it's still sounded by the same guy. And that it's going to have characteristics, because they always want those speakers to sound as close to the expensive speakers as they can, but we know they're not going to sound exactly. If they would, we'd all just buy $100 speakers and be like, damn, these things kill it. So you want to stick with the same brand when it comes to speakers. Yeah. So there you go.
Pretty much.
But it's rear fill, so who cares? Use the
nothing.
Factory. I don't give a shit. Can you help me choose the fuse I need running 0 gauge to the battery to a distribution block, then 4 gauge to both the D6 1200, the LC 1.8? I'm bad at math. So one has 3 40 amp fuses and the other one has 2 40 amp fuses. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 0 is 200. You need a 200 amp fuse underneath the hood. Underneath the hood, yeah. That's it. That's all you got to do. I know it's crazy. I understand. Fuses suck, and it's nerve wracking. So I feel your pain. I totally do. We spend more time trying to find what fuses we need to put on these amplifiers. But Audio Control is one of the nicest companies because their fuses are on the side of their amps, and they're all the same size. So it's like 40, 40, 40. Just add it up. Boom, done. And Fernando just walks away, goes and grabs a new fuse.
Oh, damn.
No,
Confuse me.
no. What he's talking about is underneath the hood.
Yes, underneath the.
Yes, you need it underneath the hood, man. Slow it down. Slow it down, Christian.
All right.
What do you think of the Sony XAV-905 ES? Ooh. And what do you think is the current very best SQ head unit? I'm going to say it's probably that one.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other one. I mean, trust me, we all know a big Kenwood fan, but that guy is a monster right there.
It is.
We're hoping to get our hands on one at some point to play with for a little bit. They told us we don't get to keep it, but
yeah, no,
we do get to play with it at some point. So hopefully we'll get one here to play with. But no, that is a beast of a radio. If you have the opportunity to get your hands on one of those,
totally.
Go for it. Go for it, bro. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. There's no question about it. How are you?
Let's go to.
What do we want to do? I mean,
top.
you know what? No.
Uh-huh.
We got like 5 minutes left, so
Yeah.
I want to, go to IRTA 2.
Right here.
Okay, so real quick, guys, for those of you that are new
Not
to the
that
program,
Not that one.
God, okay, I don't know why you screwed me up earlier in the
No.
show. I think when, all right. So for those of you that are new to the show,
Yep.
We make a cool tool called an IRTA2. And what the IRTA2 is designed to is measure electrical RTA. So you can take this device and you can connect it to speaker wires, and you can see what is coming out of those speaker wires. How this is very helpful is on this show right here today. Someone asked us, what speakers should we connect to for our sub-amp? Well, with the IRTA2, oh my God, choose the right speakers for your sub-amp. There's a video right there to show you how to do it.
What?
So you can use this tool to figure out all kinds of things in your audio system. Most of the questions that you guys have are the reason why we've paid someone a large sum of money to help us create this tool. And it's unique to us. This is ours. This is not some Chinese piece of crap that we threw our name on. No. This is us. This is our tool. So for all of you guys that have bought them, shut up, Jeff. For all you guys that have bought them so far, I want to thank you so much for doing that, supporting the show. And for those of you guys that haven't, you're on the fence about it. And if you haven't watched these videos, please watch the videos. And then, of course, please buy the tool. It will take when you can actually see what is happening over the electrical signal, it is mind-boggling. That right there, what you're looking at is a 3.5-inch middler and a Chevy system through the Bose. We could see that. And we can then see, we can do 2 channels, which is the best part about it. You can combine a left and a right channel, and you can see all pass filters. You can see equalization. You can see all kinds of stuff that you're just like, oh, crap, I didn't know it was there. So It's pretty awesome. So for that, thank you so much for supporting us. All the advertisement aside, that one is directly ours. So that goes to us. The other stuff just helps to allow us to do this show. Someone did make a comment like, there's a lot of commercials in there. It's like, yeah, dude, there's like 3. I mean, come on.
Well, somebody have to pay for something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. YouTube, but you guys did. Thank you so much this week for the super chats. You guys really hooked us up this week. So thank you very much. I feel you guys are awesome. I still feel that.
Yeah.
Fernando's got this pulled up. So if you want to, God, I'm just going to give it up. If you want to wear a 5-star swag, of course, D and F swag is the place you can go for that. You can find the RTA2, click the next one, at the DNF tool drawer. So you can go to dnftooldrower.com and find the IRTA2 or anything else that we use tool-wise. All the tools that we use are located there. Fernando wants me to pull this up, which is we will be at Go Fast Solutions Tech Expo April 7th?
April 6th, Mobile Expo. Expo 2022, Go Fast Solutions.
Did I say Master Expo?
Yes.
So
we're going to be there the 6th. Guys,
check it out.
It's going to be nice.
Also, don't forget, Wednesday, we'll have Brian Schmidt from Mobile Solutions on the show, hopefully with a second special guest. And we'll be talking about, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. Who cares? It's Brian. We're going to have him on the show. It's going to be fun. You guys know that.
Yeah.
So tune in. And with that, thank you guys so much for playing along. Well, we don't need to play that. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. That's right, Monday on Facebook. We'll be doing the Facebook Live show. So if we didn't get to your question today, ask it then. Be safe, guys. It's Saturday night. You know what that means? It's the night to do dumb stuff. So if you're going to do dumb stuff, call an Uber, call a Lyft. I'm not going to say they're cheap because I got to be honest with you. They're not cheap. They're freaking expensive, but they're cheaper than a taxi
Ask Jeff.
and a lawsuit. So, and death. Peace. No. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.